Welcome to my channel, Out There Nomad. My name's Paul, and in this episode, I'm excited to share with you my Appalachian Trail thru hike food resupply strategy for 2020. Let's jump to the intro. So at this point, I'd really like to sort of share my thoughts and motivations behind my resupply strategy for this year and a little bit of a disclaimer. So my thought behind this year was really based off of my experience last year from the PCT. And if you want to, you can check out my top 5 mistakes for my thru hike last year. One of the major ones was my resupply strategy for last year, which was pretty much to go into each town and buy food as I went. And I found this to be a bit more of a struggle than I wanted it to be. When you're really hungry, you buy way too much food, you can't slim down. If there's not other people there to split things with, you can't buy smaller packages of things. It just becomes this really big hassle while you're on trail. And so this year, my motivation behind planning the way I did was to have consistent calories from the beginning to end. And I feel like that's not necessarily going to restrict me too much, just because if I want to and I have certain cravings and stuff, I can run into town and pick up a couple of things. If I would need more food, I could pick up more. And I think it just gives me a little bit more freedom, and it takes a lot of stress for me off when I'm on trail, and it allows me to focus on doing the miles and hiking, which is what I really want to be out there doing anyway. So the last thing I'd like to finish with in this segment would be my disclaimer in the fact that when it comes to food, I'm not exactly a very particular or picky person. Again, my motivation was consistent calories from the beginning all the way to the end of the trail. So for this year, I'm gonna have a lot of repetitive stuff going with my meals. There will be variety, and you'll see that here pretty quick, but I understand that this isn't going to be, I'm not saying this is the best food strategy. This is something I think it's going to work for me, and I'm not going to say it's going to be perfect for me either. We're going to learn, and I'm hopefully going to share that with you along the way. Okay, so now I think it'd be a great time to get into what's in each bag and exactly what I am actually going to be eating and what my plan is, and how these bags are going to be corresponding with one another and the strategy itself. So let's do this. I'll go ahead and let's open this bag. Yeah, okay. So this is what's in each bag. I think it'll be easier for me to break it down as far as like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. To lay it all out, but we've pretty much got the usual suspects here. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to start with breakfast. Yeah, okay, so breakfast. I'm not really a big breakfast person. I don't have an appetite right after I get up in the morning, and pretty much the first thing I want to do is have some coffee. So in my snack bag, which I'll be showing you next, I have approximately 3 cups worth of coffee in each day. I'd like to have 2 in the morning, and then probably 1 during midday at some point. And I also have some creamer for the same reason. So those 2 will be nice. In the morning, I probably will have 1 or 2 Pop-Tarts, packages of Pop-Tarts, just to get something in my stomach before I leave, and they're real quick and easy to grab. After that, I'm going to be cold soaking vanilla breakfast essential and maple and brown sugar oatmeal. I'm gonna try doing this in the bag. I'm gonna do a couple practice runs and see how that works. If not, I'm just gonna get myself a little cold soaking jar, probably one of the little ice cream screw-on ones you see other people using. But that will be my breakfast. I'll probably start cold soaking this in the morning while I'm packing everything up. I'll put this in my backpack, and then I'm gonna probably eat this 2 or 3 hours later, a ways down the trail when it's been cold soaking for quite a while. But yeah, that'll definitely pack on some calories for me right there first thing in the morning. Well, not first thing, but you know, get something in the gut. So let's move on to my snack bag. Yeah, here we are. So snack bag. Like I said, I'm not really going to be doing a lunch, so I'm trying to go with a bunch of different things that I can just grab and eat as I'm going along throughout the day. So I have 2 Chewy bars. I'll be switching these things up slightly, so I'll switch the type of cookies I get, the type of bars, Cliff bars, different types. But for the most part, it'll be this type of stuff. So yeah, the 2 chewy bars, and we have the Nutter Butter bar, cookies, something to snack on, and then Cliff. And I also have grown quite fond of having hard candies to suck on and different caramels and stuff like that while I'm hiking. So I'll be taking those every day and having a couple of those. We have the Slim Jims, a couple of those for every day. Again, I might switch these up for something else that's a little bit different. The Propel, I'll be doing at least 3 of those every day in the beginning. I am a couple of weeks in, I'll be switching I'll still have Propel just for the electrolytes, try to keep cramping down and stuff and hold on more water. But I'll be probably going into some sort of drink mix or something like that, and switching one of these out for a different flavor drink mix. And a Spam Single, I grew quite fond of the Spam Singles while I was out there. Something about it, my body just wanted it, craved it, loved it. So I'll be taking one of those with me every day. I might switch them out for tuna packets every once in a while for some variety. And ending with the Hershey's bar. Can't go wrong with the good old chocolate every once in a while. And I could spread this stuff out and munch on it when I feel like it, and it'll be easy access and I don't have to think about it a lot. I just take that out and I keep it with me. So I'm not digging around in my pack a whole lot. And that's part of what this whole system is designed to help me with, save time. So let's go ahead and move on to dinner. Okay, so for dinner, it's gonna be the usual suspects. So it's going to be like Nor rice sides. This one happens to be a chicken side. I have repackaged a lot of this stuff, as you've noticed going throughout the video, and that's just because it's going to keep my my garbage bag so much smaller, and it packs down so much smaller and lighter when I put it into a new bag. I think that's going to make things a lot easier for me, especially while I'm out on the trail. So I'm also going with the Tyson pre-packed white chicken. My main plan is to be adding half of this to this meal, and then I'm going to just fold this bag over. I have an extra little baggie here that I'm going to put this into, and I'm going to save this for my next day. So for day 2, I have this ramen. I have 2 packages of ramen for dinner for my day 2, and then you can see my snack bag in there, and got the oats and the essentials on the bottom. So I'll be using the rest of this chicken from this day to help on this day. So I'll just add that to this and beef up this ramen. So in addition to the things I've already pointed out that were already in those other bags, a little bit of the different variety and things that I will be adding throughout the whole trip will be a spring vegetable mix. It's just dehydrated spring vegetables I can add to different ramens and stuff to give it a little bit of extra. Also, I'm going to be doing some Bear Creek. This one just happens to be minestrone. I'll probably split this into 2 different servings, so it'll be 2 different dinners into the smaller bags. Also, obviously, the Idaho and potatoes. One thing I don't have here is Parmesan cheese packages. I'm going to get a bunch of these I have a bunch of these little Parmesan cheese packets. So any of these cheddar or like cheese ones, I can add the Parmesan to it. It'll get a little bit more kick, I guess, or I don't know. But yeah, so lots of Idaho and potatoes. Another different breakfast option is I have the chocolate breakfast essentials, and I'm going to be adding those to grits, instant grits. I got sort of attached to those instant grits on the last trail too. Another thing I've really been liking about adding is this real bacon bits. I do a little package of these and I add them to different Idaho and potatoes and stuff that has bacon flavor in it already. As you can see, I've already made one package and put it in one. But yeah, I'll be adding this throughout the whole thing too. And last but not least, obviously, we got some salsa. So I'm going to be doing with a couple of different meals, I think, just to add kick to stuff and just to change up the flavor and the palette and everything. I think we'll be adding a couple of different sauce packages to different packages as I'm going along, and then the salsa and different little packages of stuff that I can get. So I just wanted to add that. Okay, so now that you've seen what the bags include and everything that I will be eating over the next few months, short of, I forgot to mention, multivitamin and a fish oil tablet I will be sending as well. I plan, the rest of the strategy is I'm planning on sending myself a total of 27 packages, ranging in size everywhere from my largest package will be 9 days, and that's as I'm getting closer to Katahdin and things are a lot more spread out. And I think the longest stretch between available resupplies was 9 days, and my smallest being 3 for large stretches so that I don't have to carry larger amounts of food earlier on. But yeah, 27 packages with a 28th just in case package for the very end of the trail, just in case I need extra food, and it's always better to have more than you need than not enough. So that, with the food, I will also be sending myself shoes, any gear updates that I need along the way, along with my toiletries and any other supplies and whatnot will be included in these packages. I have already found all 27 locations where I will be sending my stuff, but at the same time I'm going to continue to do further research and see if I can narrow that down, make sure I'm making resupplies at available spots that are still open and whatnot, because lists change and stuff changes, people's circumstances change. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that stuff. Let's start a conversation in the comment section below. Tell me what I did wrong. Tell me what you liked. Let's do this. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you for the next edition of Out There Nomad.